Mother-in-laws say a lot of things. What do you do when your mother-in-law calls you aloof? That is the question today.
That crazy and insane, my crazy family.
I think aloof is one of those words where, I don't know, like some can take it this way, some can take it that way. Sometimes it means something much harsher than others. I don't know. It's a weird one, but mothers-in-laws do tend to speak out of turn. It's my crazy family. You can share your crazy family stories with us by calling 833-CRAY-FAM or on our website, crazyfampod.com. Just hear a meow there.
Tony, I'm giggling over here because when I think of the word aloof, and you've known me forever, it feels like. Yeah. What do you think I'm thinking of? There's a certain animal that is characterized as aloof.
I don't know. Different
cats.
Cats? No, cats always seem to have some sort of intent, I think. Cats don't seem to be aloof. Yeah, I mean, they always seem to have a mission, whether you want them to be on one or not. Like right now, Bubbles just jumped up right here next to me as we're starting to talk, and I'm in front of the microphone, and he walks over right onto the keyboard, pushes his head right between me and the microphone. He has intent. He's not like unaware that I'm doing something. He knows that I'm doing something. He just wants the attention. That's what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I get that. But I think of people who don't understand cats, think that they are aloof, not friendly. They're distant. They're
misunderstood. They're misunderstood. I think, and I love dogs and I have dogs, but I think dogs are more often aloof than cats, because I think sometimes they're just like, I'll go over here, go whatever you want. I'm going to look. What's going on? Okay, that's kind of that. When I think of aloof, I almost think of a dog sometimes.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But this story that was sent in to us can really be taken in a couple of different ways. You could sit there and think that this person is being a bit too sensitive, or you could say the mother-in-law is just really being rude. So let's dive in.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law tends to speak her mind without regard for others. God, we hear that all the time.
So that's kind of the definition of mother-in-law.
It really is, right there in the dictionary. And when confronted, says that she is simply just being honest. Oh, fuck you. I hate that.
I'm just being honest.
I'm just being honest. I'm sorry if you can't take my rudeness.
Yeah.
In the past, she's made comments about my weight. Okay. My physical appearance, and how I'm, quote, too sensitive when I take offense to something that she has said. Well, the other day, when I tried talking to her politely, as I always try to do, she told me, well, I'm happy you're talking to me. It's like you're human again. You're usually so aloof.
That's a total bitch move right there. This is how you get people to not talk to you, is if you respond with that when they are talking to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I looked at her squarely and said, I am not aloof. I just go silent when people say rude things to me. Yay, you stood up for yourself. Good for you. Well, she didn't respond to this. She just turned away. I think she was being passively aggressive with me and taking a jab at me. Well, later when I brought it up with her, she said she doesn't think calling someone aloof is an insult, and again said I was being overly sensitive. Well, keep in mind, we have a very long, complicated history, which is explained in a previous email that I sent to you. We'll have to look for that one. Just out of curiosity, what do you guys think? I should mention that I live with her temporarily until my husband and I fix up our new home. It's difficult to avoid her, and when I go into another room, she follows me. So I often make it a habit of being out of the house when she is there.
She's a bitch.
Yes, my God.
I don't really see another way to it. She's very much narcissistic. What she says is the gospel, according to her, because she thinks aloof is not an insult. She seems to think that it's okay to say things like that and be passive-aggressively insulting. Yeah, she's a bitch. I think ultimately her goal is probably to get you to break up with her son. Because she's purposely trying to create a wedge there by doing these things. And she's not a healthy person to be around. So the faster you can get out of that house, set up more stable boundaries, the better. And if your husband, has a relationship there, it doesn't mean like y'all got to like disconnect from her, but set up boundaries. Set up boundaries now But the only true way you're going to get those enforced into any sort of healthy level is when she's not cohabitating with you.
Yeah. That's a really bad place to be right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, aloof is, I don't know how you would ever really use that in a way that's not weird. Aloof. What is the technical definition? Not friendly or forthcoming, cool and distant. I'm not using it as negative. Then you don't know what the fuck aloof means.
Yeah.
If that's
that's not something you want to say to somebody that it's not a compliment.
No, it's not. And if that's what they're trying to say, is that you're usually quiet or maybe not involved. That's not aloof. Aloof is a different word because aloof is implying intent. It's implying that you are not friendly or forthcoming, cool and distant, but there's a reason for it. Conspicuously uninvolved and uninterested, typically through distaste. So that's not just I'm kind of shy or something like that. There's a big difference between being shy and being aloof.
Yeah. Shy is okay, but aloof?
No. Sometimes people are going to be shy and distant when you talk to them like shit and you make them feel uncomfortable. That's going to make them not want to interact with you. So in some ways, maybe she is technically aloof, but there's a fucking reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
I would be not friendly and forthcoming, cool and distant if my mother-in-law was ragging on my looks or my weight or this or that and things that she thinks I should be doing better or different. Yeah, that would make someone aloof, but that's not your fault. That's basically she's created this relationship and this dynamic with you. And then she's saying that she's surprised that you're acting the way one would act when treated that way.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, fuck it. Just boundaries and get out of there as quickly as possible. This is not one that you're going to win through reasoning and conversation. There's no come to Jesus, sit down for tea or cocktails. And at the end of that, she's like, I see your side of this. She'll never see your side of it. She's a narcissist. They don't see any other sides.
No, you're 100% right. This is just an evil person, in my opinion.
That's how it's going to work. So I'd say don't put more effort or energy into it. Focus on your relationship with her son and being happy there. And don't let her stick her wedge into it any more than she's already trying to. Because I can guarantee that's what she's trying to do. She doesn't like you, and she's trying to put a wedge there because there's something I'm guessing she feels that her son could probably do better. That's how some of these people operate. If there's otherwise, why would you be trying to cause trouble between two people that are happy without you intervening?
Yeah, that's a great point. Absolutely.
I mean, there are just some evil people out there that just want to control everything, but there's usually a motive to that control. And if she doesn't like you, that's the motive.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks.
It totally is.
It sucks. But yeah, well, there you go. We learned more about Aloof today. Be sure to press subscribe wherever you download podcasts. Tell us your crazy family story, too. You can write it in at crazyfampod.com or by calling toll-free 833-CRAY-FAM.
Let crazy and insane, my crazy family.